You know, I'm in favor of green, but you got to have oil and natural gas for the next 20 years before we really go green. But think about what would happen in this country if we had a massive amount of natural gas drilling. Natural gas drilling is a clean fuel, and a massive amount of offshore drilling with the right environmental protection to get crude oil out of the ground. If you watch the papers, we're going to probably have a pretty good Donnybrook with Chavez again, and with Fidel Castro and his brother, because Castro wants to drill now offshore Cuba. Now, they do have oil there, but is it offshore Florida or is it offshore Cuba? All right, so when you go down there, and Chavez says he's going to pay for the drilling rigs to drill offshore Cuba. Now, if you look at the crude oil that comes from Chavez's country, you will find it's high sulfur crude oil. The only nation that really has the refineries to accept that high sulfur crude is the United States of America. Citgo, that's the US brand for that. So I don't know how they're going to play that, but if there is a compromise, it could be a benefit for both countries. I also think over in the Mideast, if you notice, we're fooling around with Colonel Gaddafi, and we're fooling around with the ophthalmologist that runs Syria, you know. Colonel Gaddafi's son was getting his MBA at the London School of Economics. And of course, being a wonderful country that we are and having so many patriots, we made sure that we had CIA agents in every class he took. Okay? And they do that to us too. And they did that to us too. So he fell in love with a professor, and the professor was the professor that taught democratic capitalism, believe it or not. So Gaddafi doesn't want to be as dependent as he is on crude oil. So he wants to have joint ventures, and we're starting to see that with the United States. Syria has already said, we have much more crude oil than we can bring to the surface, but we don't know how to get it out of the ground. We don't have the expertise, we don't have the technology, we don't have the seismic work, and so on. And I think if you noticed in President Obama's State of the Union, he did something which I'm trying to find out why he did it. Remember he said, in our country we always say Christian and Jews. If you notice, he said Christian and Muslims. And he said Hindus and Jews. What is he trying to, what message is he trying to send around the world? If we could have an Arab-Israeli peace, we could probably have more drilling. If we have more drilling, the price of crude oil can stay at $60 or $70 a barrel, and these emerging nations can emerge.
Thank you. Further questions? Thank you very much, everybody. And thank you very much to our sponsors. Have a great day.